Are you guys ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to A Sound Voice Live. A Sound Voice Live. Now join me as we welcome your hosts, the sweethearts of the industry, James and Regina Howard.
We're back and we want to thank everyone for tuning in to A Sound Voice Live. You know, everlasting life, oh my God. We had church in this studio. Sonya McGuire sang and she put it down. Just help me out, baby. Help me out.
The one thing about it is, you know when God has called someone and this is what they're supposed to be doing, because it's going to be effective, first of all, and then it's going to bring about change. And before we left for Sonya to sing, that's what we were talking about. She was saying that she doesn't want to go anywhere and minister and you leave the same way you came. She believes that there should be a change in your life. And I believe that when God has anointed someone for something, that whatever they do and whatever they say is going to bring change. Right. And right before we left, she broke down that mustard seed. And I believe that mustard seed brought change. That some of us now are looking, did I stop when I came up against that obstacle?
Right.
Or did I work and pray and seek the face of God and find my way around it and come out?
Right.
I want you to go back to it.
Yeah.
Tell us how we can, or what you have found to help you when it's a circumstance that you there's no money.
Right.
And you can't fix it.
Right.
You can call them and talk to them and they say, we can't do nothing.
Right.
What do you do?
What you do is you be consistent in the God that you know that has always been who he has been, that has never changed, that has never left you, never forsaken you, never walked away when you were in need. Why? Because he said in his word he would provide all needs. And then again he said, if you ask anything in my name, he didn't say think about it. He said it shall be. And see, one thing oftentimes, again, even with the mustard seed, we have to get a clear understanding that we're going to have to go through some situations. We're going to have to experience some trials. We're going to have to be placed in some uncomfortable positions. But guess what? Those are the same positions that will thrust us into the next dimension in God. Those are the same things. And I tell people, even the mustard seed, you got to understand that, yes, there's some germinating that has to go on. Some of the most worst smelling stuff produces some of the most beautifulest grass. But it has to go through that germinating process. It has to go through that process of being broken down for God to be able to really begin to make something out of us in the midst of our situation. And oftentimes we do. We get to that point, we hit that roadblock, that pitfall, and we say, oh, well, woe is me. No, the devil is a liar. Brush yourself off. Get up. Know who your God is. Know that things, and oftentimes people fail to realize we oftentimes talk about what's not right. And we fail to see, well, my God, I'm not walking down Auburn Avenue talking to myself going crazy from the things that I've been through. Well, I'm not laying up on the 13th floor at Grady or laying on the 11th floor in Milledgeville Hospital going crazy from the stress, from the pain, from the hurt, from the trials, the circumstances, situation, financial struggles that I've gone through. But it's really realizing who God is and refusing to die unproductive, refusing to allow anything that the devil has tried to place in your way to prevent you from fulfilling the purpose of God in your life.
That I want everyone to just listen, because it's simple. It's not hard what she's saying to do. You might think it's hard, but it's really not. And I know if you out there and you listening and you watching this show and you're like, yeah, I've gone through some of that same stuff. Just turn it over to God. I just turn it over to God.
His word says the cashier cares upon him.
That's it.
Because he cares.
Yes, he does.
And in that, that's how you obtain that everlasting life.
That's it.
You've got to understand that it's nothing that God can't carry you through. You look at the 10 Commandments. Come on now, they show it every year.
Right.
And you see how he parted the Red Sea.
Right.
The Israelites walked through. Their feet didn't even get wet. So if God can do that, then the same God that was around then is around right now.
That's it.
So he's able to bring you through. He's able to bring you out. And he's able to bring you up but you've got to trust him.
That's it.
Anytime I read his word and it says shall, that's a definite.
That's it.
He lets me know
That's
that
the
no
word.
matter what, it shall be.
It shall be.
It
Yes.
shall be.
Yes.
It will be.
Yes.
So that's enough to let you know. Get in that word. Because see, if you don't know his word, you don't know what he can do for you.
That's it. That's it.
So get in his word. We're about to have revival up in here.
I know that's right.
You know, and we always think about the singing aspect, and it's generally when you just sit and you talk, and we talk about iron sharpening iron.
That's it.
And we talk about the fire leaping from one to
Right,
another.
right.
That's the way it should be.
Yes.
So make sure you find yourself in good company. Talking
That's it.
about the things of God. Read Colossians, it'll tell you about it.
Amen.
Make sure your conversation
That's
is
it.
good. That's another way to get
That's it.
all that God has for you. Oh my God, Sonya, you have really
Thank
blessed
you
us up in here
so
tonight.
much.
You
Oh my God, we got, you gonna have to come back. I'm sorry, we just got to come back, and we have to do Sonya McGuire part 2, 3, 4, and 5.
I'd love to.
Because you know, once you start talking about God, it's so much.
Yes, it is.
It's so much that you could say.
I'm
But
You're right.
You agree? Okay,
Yeah,
it's so much that you can say. Is you start thinking. When you start talking, you start thinking
Right.
about what he's already done.
That's it.
Right.
And where he's taking you,
That's
what he's
it.
brought you from, what he's
That's
brought you
it.
out of.
That's it.
So when you see somebody else struggling and they're like, I can't give it up, I can't come out. You think about, even if you weren't a drug addict, you think about somebody you know down the line
Right.
that was.
Right.
And you look at them and you say, yes, you can come out.
Right. You know, and that's the thing. And I was just thinking, you know, oftentimes, like we're talking about these situations, we need to make the devil out of a lie on a more consistent basis than not. You know, I was telling a friend of mine the other day, I was saying, you know, oftentimes the space shuttle has a rocket booster that is placed on the bottom of it to cause it to reach a certain altitude before it drops off. Now, what we do is we allow that pain, which is our rocket booster. We allow the lies, which is our rocket booster. We allow the hurt, which is our rocket booster. Instead of catapulting us into the next level in God, instead of catapulting us into where we really should be, we allow it to just stay there. So what happens is when it does not fall off, when we don't let it go when it's supposed to fall off, then it begins to bring us back down. But I dare somebody today just to serve notice on the devil and let him know, yeah, all of these things happen, but I'm allow it to be the rocket booster that causes me to get to the next altitude in God in my life.
That's awesome.
I'm not going to whine about it. I'm not going to complain about it, but I'm allow it to be the effect that causes me to get where I'm supposed to be. A lot of things, too, God has allowed to happen to bring us closer to him.
Oh
And
my
that's how
God.
Sonya, we gonna do this again.
We have
Just
to.
an awesome woman of God. We want to thank Sonya McGuire
Yes.
for being
Thank you
here.
all.
Thank you so much for taking
Thanks so
time out
much
of
for
your
coming.
busy schedule.
We
And we are
appreciate
definitely going to do this again because awesome woman of God. Don't forget, check her out at SonyaMcGuire.com and her MySpace page, Sonya McGuire Sings. Until next time,
Yes.
we thank everybody for tuning in to A Sound Voice Live.
God bless you, and we'll see you soon.